Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to an episode of the Blitz survival games. Today we're here on this map. What's up? How are we doing, guys? It's been about a month since I have actually recorded and edited and posted a video. Truth is, I think I recorded a video a couple of weeks ago. I just never got around to uploading it. I think I just felt like the video was a little uninspired. So today we're going to be talking about how to play death matches, and at the end of this video, you guys are going to know exactly how to play 3 and 4 player death matches, because it's something that I've seen a lot of people struggle with, so I feel like I need to make this video. And it's nice to have that topic, because like I said, I felt like my previous couple of videos were a little uninspired, or rather, not my last couple of videos. The last video I tried to record, I couldn't think of what I wanted to talk about. I already covered, you know, the kits that I wanted to play. There was nothing that was kind of on my mind, but for those of you that have been watching my stream, you will know that I've been playing a lot of Blitz in the meantime, right? And some of you will specifically remember the fact that I get frustrated in some death matches, right? Because I'm playing deathmatch and people will pull maneuvers which specifically kill me, but don't actually serve to win the player killing me the game in any way whatsoever. And that kind of sucks. So okay, we're good. So I want to do some talking about how you can best play these DMs, because listen guys, you're going to win more games. You're going to win more games with this information, and I am going to perhaps not win more games myself because you guys will be winning the games, but I at least won't be losing to people who are immediately going to lose, which is less frustrating. So I will be less frustrated. It's a win-win. We both win. And that is, I mean, that's exactly what I like to hear. This is it. This is an all-around good thing. I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to be playing the deathmatch here, and we'll get started on talking about the actual specifics here pretty quickly after this game, because this game actually ended up concluding pretty swiftly. And I feel like I'm going to struggle to properly commentate while focusing on deathmatch. So let's just focus on this deathmatch. I'm going to commentate the deathmatch. I'm going to talk you through how I'm thinking about things. And then I will go more in depth into deathmatches here soon. So what do I see in this deathmatch? I see 2 players, neither of which seem to, on the surface, have as much gear as me. This guy is quite possibly a Paladin Prez 2, so that's something to watch out for. So I'm going to make sure that I'm not exchanging too much health with him right off the bat. I'm gonna get rid of this zombie. I'm just trying to... Ooh. So I'm trying to make my way to the outside of the fight right now. Yes, so he was actually a Paladin Prez 2. That seems to be the case. I sniped that kill, so at this point, I'm gonna get rid of the zombie. And so what I was trying to do there is I was trying to get to the outside of the fight. I don't want to commit to actually trading health with either of them there, because I am in the middle. I'm going to be the one who is prioritized. I'm going to be 2v1. So I try to get to the outside of the fight, make sure that I'm the one cleaning, and make sure that I can escape should I get low. Alright. Right now I'm just trying to regen, because like I do want to fight this guy, but I need to make sure that I have the health to properly do so. I'm going to try and bait out a few of these potions here. He has, I believe, 3 or 4. He just potioned himself, so this is a good time to push. I'm going to try and get a fire axe hit and then back out here, let him take some tick damage. Try to do as much damage to him as possible without actually taking any damage myself. He should die here in just a moment. Whoop. Whoop. I should maybe not do that. I think one more hit does it, right? Yeah. Okay. GG. I have had some people ask me to play Guardian on my streams, and I never got around to it, so here we are. I'm going to run Guardian for y'all. Let's do this. So I guess I'm going to start out by detailing some of the, or you know what, maybe I should start with like what your priorities should be, or how you should think about a multiple opponent deathmatch, right, where you are up against multiple opponents. Okay, what you're trying to do, right, take the game in steps, break it down into steps. One player, right, one player has to die, and then the other player has to die. Very simple, right, not at all rocket science, right. You don't need a degree to understand this concept. So, one thing which is really important to understand is that killing one person in the moment, right? So let's say that you are just running around the map and or running around deathmatch, and somebody presents themselves to you with 2 health, you can turn, you can click 1 time and you can get that kill. They're very low, they're gonna die, they can't do anything about it. Should you do this? The answer is it really actually depends very much on the situation. This is something that I'm seeing a lot of people not properly take into account, because a lot of people, I've noticed, just don't think that second step ahead, right? You have to think ahead to what am I going to do once this first player dies? How am I going to kill the second player? Remember, we're going to think about it 1 step at a time, kind of, but we have to take the second step into account, right? We have to know how we are going to beat the next player. I have so much regen in this game. This is obscene. Holy. And I'm seeing a lot of people who don't think 1 step ahead, and they think only about how they can kill that first player. Listen, killing the first player is great, but you're going to have to kill another player after him. So, a couple things which can mess people up are the border, that's one, and also the layout of the deathmatch. If you're on the Egypt deathmatch, you're not going to be able to stall much. So one thing to think about, I'll just simplify it like this. You need to think about whether or not you can effectively stall the game, given you being at a disadvantage after the first player falls. Right? And this is really important, and I think this is where most people mess up, is they won't think about how they're going to kill the second player, and they will kill the first player in a situation where they are not capable of stalling, and stalling for long enough to actually reset to kill the second player. After this game, by the way, I'm going to commentate some death matches just to show you some examples. Let me just describe it to you in a narrative sense. You are in a death match. There are some other players, two other players, we'll say, and you are all 3 pretty evenly stacked. You end up kind of going for 1 player, another player ends up kind of going for you, and things happen back and forth, and you end up at a position where you are at 10 health, another player's at 10 health, and the other player's maybe at 18 health. Okay. Here's what is really important to understand. I think you will be able to kind of extrapolate the point that I am making here out of what I'm about to say here, which is that you need to understand you cannot kill the other player who is at 10 health without first getting low the player who's at 18. Okay? Unless you are very confident in your ability to stall that game. That is the one caveat there. If you are confident in your ability to stall, sure, go ahead, see if you can secure that kill. But if you're not confident in your ability to stall, and it may very well be that your ability to stall really isn't that great, you need to make sure that that other player gets low, because as soon as you kill that first player, you're going to have to deal with that other player. He's going to be breathing down the back of your neck. And all too often, people just don't think about this. They jump on the person who's at 10 health, and then immediately realize all too late that they have absolutely no way whatsoever of killing the last remaining player. He is somewhat of an insurmountable obstacle to them. There's just no way that they are going to realistically pull off that W. So I think that's really what this all boils down to, is just realizing this is a multiple step process and you have to be thinking 1 step ahead, right? You have to have a plan for step 2. Hold on. I've got a guy after me here. I think he wants to like kill me or something. Kind of awkward. Ooh, you know what? He got a double hit on me. I guess I just reset, guys. I guess I just reset if he gets the double hit. If nothing else, I just use vaults. Oh, never mind. We're gonna chill here for just a moment. I'm gonna let these two fight it out for as long as they want to. It looks like they're not gonna do that. He's dead. Okay, nice. And then I'm gonna sort through this loot. Grab whatever gear I need out of it. Enchant an iron sword and some armor. Make sure that you guys are enchanting armor, by the way. Pretty simple tip. That's not exactly, you know, advanced strategy, but a lot of people forget to do it. Guys, please enchant your armor. It actually does make a pretty big difference for you to have all prot. Up a solid 4% resistance right now. Let's go. Actually, maybe even more than that. Maybe more. I don't know. Let's say 4 to 6. Probably 4. Probably 4. I don't know, guys. I'm not going to try and guess. All right. Let's see what I can do here. Splash your pot. I'm at a huge advantage going into this fight, by the way. There's no way that he wins this. Yeah, he has warrior pots, but warrior pots just aren't that good compared to bigger pots, so get that out. Probably use this. I'll just bow this guy if he keeps misbehaving. GG. Alright, so here's a peak example of what I mean with these death matches. So here we can see there's me, this guy, and then Dreary, who is the most stacked player in the game, and also probably the most mechanically skilled player in the game. Also very good game sense, very all-around good player. And as you can see, this guy over here is bowing me into the border. Now this forces me to bow him, and he was already low to begin with. So already what he should be thinking, right, is he does want to do damage to both of us, but he's not going to be doing damage to Dreary, given that Dreary is a slime. This is something that he should recognize. And so, yeah, you can see Dreary's still at 18. I'm at about half. He's at, I think, below half at this point. So we're in a position where, like I was talking about before, 2 low players and then 1 player on high health. And you can see here, I eventually realize I'm going to have to try and get Dreary low. And I go and do that, and then I get crit in the back by this other player. This is this other player not realizing how exactly he should be playing the game. I am not his threat in this game. I'm at about half health. I don't know, maybe they know each other. He was just trying to screw me over. I don't know. But I am not his primary threat in this game. Dreary is his primary threat in this game. Dreary has far more health and more gear. But he crits me in the back, right? And I end up going for Dreary here. No chance at all. I die to the border there, and then he immediately dies to Dreary right afterwards. So it's important to realize that not every kill you get is necessarily going to help you, and this is especially true in Deathmatch. That kill in Deathmatch didn't help him. His best chance at winning that Deathmatch was actually to use me as a meat shield against Dreary. Draining my health, right? That's just lessening the amount of damage that his actual threat is going to take from me. So there's, I guess, a great example. Okay, next is a deathmatch where I am playing, and I think this is a good example of how to manage multiple people in a deathmatch. So here's the positive example. So here I am kind of sitting on the outside of the map. I realize that I'm going to have to enter the map here pretty soon, so I camp for just a moment more. I drink speed to make my life a little bit easier, and then I get inside here, and I get inside the alcove. I know that neither of them is going to want to commit on me in this area, and it's pretty defensible with the bow, and also I have full proj, so it's not easy for them to bow me to death. So what's happening here is Dreary and this other man are both very stacked. Neither one of them is particularly more threatening than the other, but as you can see here, I am switching who I'm shooting with each shot because I need to make sure that both of them are low. Optimally, both of them are low so that when one of them dies, the other one is still low afterwards. So I'm switching targets back, previously when Dreary got hit a couple of times here. You can see Dreary, I bow him back there. He gets hit a couple of times, and I immediately switch targets to this guy, knowing that he has more health than Dreary does, trying to make sure that they are both getting low here. Dreary goes for me, bow him away. We see a bit of a fight happening here. I'm bowing that guy into the border a little bit, and then I am going to go for Dreary here. And because I was switching targets, I was making sure that I was doing damage to both of them. I'm now able to come in here and clean up this kill. Use my zombie there to push in, and that's a GG. Alright guys, I think I will take this last game to go ahead and talk about kits. It's something I talk about a lot, but I do actually have some substantial updates here. I've been grinding for Necromancer Prez 2. This is something that I did not expect I would go for, and this is why I tried to stress last video that I really, I can't remember, did I talk about this last video? I think I must have. I tried to stress that I really didn't know exactly what kit I would be getting. I was just doing some speculating. And it turns out that it may be Necro. Obviously, I'm still 200-something wins away, but I've grinded like nearly 150 wins or so over the past I don't know how long. Month or two? I'd say month and a week. Month. We're gonna say month. Grind about 150 wins on Necro. Pretty solid number, and it's only going up as the days go by. It's not gonna go down. That'd be pretty weird. I just really, there's no real like rationale behind it. I just started playing the kit one day on stream. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play nothing but Necro today, for the sheer hell of it. Do I get that? No. Oh well. I decided that for the sheer hell of it, I was going to go Necromancer every game that stream. And by the end of the stream, I was really enjoying Necro. And I was like, you know, I'll do this one more stream. We'll see how this goes. And it just kind of stuck. I never really got bored of it. And this is, some of you may have observed at this point, in contrast to my previous opinion of Necro, which was fairly negative. It was basically, yes, Necro is boring, and now I know Necro's not boring. I guess what I kind of realized is that before I was playing Necro far too defensively, but now that I've been playing a more aggressive Necromancer, I don't want to kill either of these guys, to be honest. I don't think it's in my interest. I kind of want to go enchant. Yeah. But I've been playing a slightly more aggressive Necromancer, and I've also gotten a lot better with the bow, and especially with the mobs. I've gotten much better at using the mobs. Part of what kind of bothered me about Necro before was that I had no idea how to use the mobs, and so they felt like this. You know, they were a substantial part of the kit's gear that I just had no idea. That is so much healing I just randomly found. What on earth? There's just this substantial part of the kit's gear and supposed value that I had no idea what the hell to do with at all. And this was a little discouraging because, you know, I don't really want half of my kit's loot to be something that I don't know how to make effective use of. In fact, like I would say a lot of the time they actually felt like more of a hindrance than a help. But I eventually kind of gained some insight into how better to use the mobs. So for instance, if you are taking mid, spawn all your mobs and start bowing. Start zoning people out of the middle of the map. Gonna make shit a lot easier. Let's see if I can just get that kill there. Pretty solid kill we get. Yep, got the full set of armor. I'm gonna want to use at least the legs there against this blaze. So there's one good example of how one would use the mobs, and you can see it actually zoned one of the players out of mid. Did not end up contesting for the star like he maybe would have otherwise. That's always very nice. And that's something that I just didn't do before. I played extremely defensively with the mobs every single game, waiting till deathmatch. And the reality is that the mobs are oftentimes more of a hindrance than deathmatch. So I was just getting a very, I was just using the mobs very suboptimally, not gaining a lot of value from them. You have to think about with every single resource, how you can get the maximal amount of value out of it, right? And with mobs, my policy was basically, if I need to escape a tight situation, I spawn them behind me. And in deathmatch, I'll spawn them to zone. But guys, it's just better to use your bow most of the time. Most of the time. And if you're going to use your mobs, you have to be ready to melee, because it's going to be hard to bow them through your mobs. So, yeah, just made some realizations, started playing a different play style that wasn't so defensive, and I've been having a really good time with it. Alright, he used Nocturne. I'm camping in this house, so even if you were near, I'd be fine. We got that 3-player DM. I'll commentate this one as well. I think this deathmatch is just going to be a bow and regen as much as I can. There's nobody else around me, is there? No? Okay. That's my axe from earlier. Probably owns Plays X. I love the guild chat here. Hype chat, half pipe coming in clutch. With that giant brain of his. Massive intellect. Alright. It's kind of a hard deathmatch to play. I don't want to straight commit to either of these players. I'm going to play back. I'm going to let them duel it out at first. I'm definitely going to be cleaning this, though. Oh, yeah. Yep. GG. Alright guys, an episode of the Blitz Survival Games. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We're almost to 800 subs, and at 1K, I'm gonna be releasing the updated version of the pack. You guys can see I've already updated the swords. I've updated the particles slightly. Gonna be hopefully making some other changes here soon. I'm also gonna release probably the default edit that I have, which some of you've seen. So go ahead, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1K. I'd like to see the KSCTD YouTube channel at 1K, guys. I've been working on this channel for a long time. 1K would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool. Be pretty cool. Turn on notifications for streams, obviously. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace. Take care.